All right, rock and roll fans, we are here celebrating on this 420 live in the studio with the band Chainfire. It is Trauma Bonding release day. You can get your pre-orders in. QR code's up in the top right corner. We'll talk more about that. I'm Bobby Munson, and I'm joined by my co-host on this journey right down below me, Melball. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing great, Bobby. It's been a long time since we've been on screen together. It's been
It
too
has.
long. We have to do this more often, my friend. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited for the opportunity that I was given with these guys. I'm just so stoked. We just got to get going.
We'll talk all about it here in a moment. We've got giveaways here tonight. We've got all sorts of fun to be had in this action-packed 1-hour event. And we're going to turn it over to Brad and Richard of Chainfire. Guys, go ahead. Quick introduction of each of you to our audience.
I'm Brad. That's Richard. Yeah.
Quick enough. Get into the meat of the matter just like that. The reason that we're here and why people are joining us, of course, Trauma Bonding, Chainfire's latest album. Now, I guess technically you can get most of the album in video format over on their YouTube channel. Of course, you can see the ticker down below. But today is the day that you can start pre-ordering Trauma Bonding. And gentlemen, before we break down each track by track and get into some of the fun, just talk a little bit about Trauma Bonding coming out today, where people can find it, and maybe show us a little bit of the design of Trauma Bonding as well too.
Well, Trauma Bonding is fully a concept album front to back. It's I don't know. This is what it looks like. You can hold it up. I can't reach that far. You can show it on screen if you need to. But it's a concept album that talks about that really from start to finish is about trauma bonding, the effects of it, the causes of it, and how to navigate it and break free of it. Really, that's what it is.
Nice.
Which is kind of cool, I think.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take you off the big screen. So obviously, some of the songs on this, Brad and you and I have talked about this, but I kind of want to get Richard's take on it a bit too. Is a lot of these songs were songs that you guys had kind of floated around for quite a few years after the release of your first album. There, talk about kind of the redesign of these songs and what it means to bring that all together now, finally, for this new album.
Some of the songs that we've had out, like that Blinds and Push, we've played live like I don't know how many years ago, but get to rework them into this album and I don't know, have a theme behind it now.
Yeah, like it would have been Tears of Passion, Light That Blinds, and Push. Like Push was released in 2023 as a single. It was actually recorded all back in, I want to say 2009, 10.
Yeah, something like that.
Same with Tears of Passion. It was written and performed multiple times back in
2008 for sure.
2008 for sure, yeah. 09, something like that. And then Light That Blinds right in around that same time, a couple of years, I think maybe a year after, 2009, 2010 for that one.
That live just right after our first album.
Yeah. Did we? I mean, it might. Sure. It might be that old.
I remember playing it at that Barry show a long time ago.
Okay. Well, then that was literally in like July or August of 2008. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Better memory than me, clearly.
Yeah. Well, it goes a bit of a way back. You mentioned Tears of Passion, and I figure, let's start with this one because, of course, we got the lovely Melball here, and Melball is featured on the song Tears of Passion. Let's break it down a little bit. First, we'll go into getting you guys to talk a little bit about the story behind that particular song, the meaning behind it. But I wanted to mention the story behind getting a text message one day during this whole process from Brad and said, "Do you happen to know any ladies that would like to be part of our album?" I'm like, "Well, I'm not too sure exactly." But then right away I was like, "Wait, Melball likes metal music, and she does." Podcasting. I figured maybe the voice would work perfect for what you guys were looking for. So that's how the link up happened. But let's talk a little bit about that song. And then afterwards, Melball, I want to kind of get your thoughts on, your part of this and what that was like for you, and then being able to hear it back once it was all put together. So I'm gonna go back to you guys. What's this song all about? Give us a little bit of depth to this one.
Well, much like the rest of Trauma Bonding, this is part of Act 1 of Trauma Bonding, which is Survival Instinct, and that discusses the essentially the root causes or being trapped within a trauma bond. And the trauma bond we discussed in that song, in Tears of Passion, happens to be domestic violence. Trying to break free of it and trying to point out that like there's all kind of horrible aspects to it, but there is a way out. You just have to choose to take it.
Fair enough. And so, Mel, when I approached you for this idea of being a part of their album and everything, what were your immediate thoughts, and what was that like recording and then being able to hear yourself back on this song?
I mean, my first instinct was like, frick yeah, this is gonna be freaking cool. Never been featured on something like this. And I've been like bum tumbling the idea of like voice acting and stuff over in my head. So I was like, hey, maybe this would be a nice little get into it. It was kind of like just looking at the lyrics and kind of recording it in different kind of stages to kind of get it ready for it. But like I was so excited to just be a part of it because I love my metal music. Again, my niches are really weird. I'm really big into metal music, and then I'm really big into K-pop music. It's a constant struggle. It's of kind of, I guess, genres there. But I was very excited when you first approached me about this because I've never actually thought that I would ever get an opportunity to even be a part of a project like this. But then also the kind of meaning behind it also resonated with me because at the time I had just kind of gotten out of a relationship that wasn't particularly great for me. So being able to kind of put some healing into reading the lyrics as well was also really, really cool and helpful.
Awesome. And again, then sending those files back over to you guys there, Brad, Richard, I believe you guys sat down and went through each of them and kind of a process of elimination to find the one that fit the mold of the song. Because really, Mel didn't have, I mean, we had a part of the song, I think, like the skeleton of the song, sort of, but not the full song fleshed out. What was that like for you guys to go through those different styles and everything and find the one that fit?
Well, that's actually pretty straightforward. It's an easy process. I knew the sound that I had like in my head going into it, so I was very curious to see what you would come back with, Mel. Like a super like, okay, I wonder how this is gonna fit. Let's see. And then now for context, so everybody on this like watching knows, I've never met Mel. We met today through video, right? Like this
Literally
is our first
5
time
minutes.
talking. 5 minutes ago, like we've never talked otherwise. So like I'm like dealing with somebody. I'm like, I don't know who this is. I don't know nothing, right? So I get the files back and I went through them, and it was really just loading them up, lining them up, and just going one at a time. Listen, yay, nay, back and forth until it got down to this one or this one, this one or this one, and then it was like, okay, listen to it longer. You know, instead of just this snippet, listen to the whole song in context. This one, and then back, and he essentially just came down to that's going to be the one. And then from there, yes, there was some magic done to vocals to make it, fit better, and that's about that.
The studio vocal magic that we got to see played around with a bit on this album. And again, so we're talking. There's a total of 8. So we got total of 8 tracks, right, on the official release for the album.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your battery's died.
Oh. So Richard can't even hear us right now, is what we're saying.
Oh, I think it's back now.
It's back.
Oh, okay. Well, I better start talking politely then.
Okay, you just turn that. Yeah, don't stop talking bad about him.
Oh my god,
fucking asshole!
I never thought he'd know. I never thought he'd know.
This whole time
it happened again.
It happened again. What do you must be turning it off or popping something out. Low bat. Yeah, low bat.
The fun with live.
The wrestlers talking into the microphone and clipping.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
He's
Okay.
gonna be right back. He's got batteries just out there, so
So sounds
about
good. All right. Well, while Richard's on a bit of a break, we'll go back to this conversation for a
That's
little
too
bit there. Brad, why don't you go while we're talking now? 8 songs on the total album,
8
but
songs.
the vision really started with kind of making something, putting something together right when Avoidant came around. Like once you had kind of
Yeah.
written Avoidant, that was when the vision for Trauma Bonding kind of unfolded. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Essentially, like the whole album came about like what it would have been last winter, last spring, like February, March area. I had reached out to the guys and been like, "Hey, we kind of want to like." We'd like to work on stuff again. Like, are you guys open to this or whatever? We ended up getting together in early April, I think it was, or late March, early April. Had some beers, sat down and talked about it. Everybody was game to put together some stuff. So it's like, okay, cool. And at that time, it just so happened that I was in between jobs, had a fuck ton of free time, and was given a reason to dive into attachment theory and trauma bonding. So that's what I did. And out of that, Avoidant was born. I wrote most of the stuff, or like pretty much everything for that song, and sent it back and forth with the guys, getting their opinions on it and whatnot. And we ended up, it was already scheduled to release as a single when I sent it over to you to have like a test listen. Because like for context, Rob and I have known each other for, I don't know, 25 years.
Let's think about this.
I don't want to do the math, Rob. I don't want to do the math.
21 years more, give or take a little bit. Like, and before we carry on, Ed coming into the chat. Hey, Ed, thanks for joining us here on this special event. Appreciate
Hi,
you
Ed.
being here, my friend. Yeah, it's been about 21, I believe, since that really messed up show that we played live. Because it was right around, like, because I think my band at the time had just released our EP, and I know for a fact that thing was 2005, because I was joking about, holy shit, it was 20 years since I recorded that thing last year. So It's been 21 years since I met you guys there first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been a hot minute, right?
Oh yeah.
So so Avoidant was scheduled for release. I sent it to you, Rob, and to a few other people to just like test listen, and obviously the band, we all listened to it. And you were like, "Hey, let's make a video for this." Okay. Let's do that. And then we made the video for it. And as we were making the video, I got to thinking, you know what would be really cool is if we put this all together as a concept and just went full tilt. And so we talked about it.
Yeah.
And we're like, and I gave you the idea of doing the Trauma Bonding album. And you looked up, and you actually looked up, well, no, there's no albums called Trauma Bonding, so that looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Truly original.
Truly original, right? And then we talked about the concept of how it would layer out, like, you know, whether with Push at the start, like, and then Avoidant, Tears of Passion, Light That Blinds, and how it's multi-layered in facets. When you get the album and you look at it, or if you look at our website and you go through it, there's write-ups for every song on there that kind of give you a like deep dive into the philosophy and theory behind each and every song. I don't want to bore you with all the details. Go read that shit if you want to. Really. It's but that's essentially how it all fleshed out. Is Avoidant came first. Push was already written, and we're like, that would actually be a really good opener, because everything kind of starts with a little bit of anger, and Push is literally just anger. That's all that song is. So, you know, and Avoidant is calling out a pattern. In this particular case, avoidant attachment. And likewise, moving on to Tears of Passion, which calls out domestic abuse and violence. And then that's essentially the first act, if you want to call it that, of the album. And then from there, we moved on to turning that in the therapeutic process of recovering from trauma bonding, turning that inwards and taking a really fucking hard look at yourself through Light That Blinds, Broken Mirrors, and Collapse. So that's kind of the order it went in. Now, after that, that's the center one, the cost. And then I think I'd have to double check and reread.
The information's out there on the interweb somewhere.
Yeah. Act 2, Edge of Remorse. Yay, there you go. Act 3 is the cost, which has Face Your Truth and oh good God, Echoes of the Broken. I can't even remember the fucking names of my own songs. This is so cool. And then those are the 7 songs that are digitally available and have they're live as singles on Spotify and all the other streaming platforms out there, as well as there's music videos for them on our YouTube channel that Rob and I made. And then there's the last song on the album is the Epitaph, that is only available on CD and vinyl.
Ooh.
If you buy it, and it is called Never and Always. It is a song that is purely about regret, and it was written and recorded back in 08.
2009.
2000. There he goes. He knows.
Good thing we got the facts guy here.
Got the facts guy here. Yeah. And that's the only thing that's been done to it since is back in, I want to say, sometime in 2024, after Push had come out, I started working on remixing that song and finally fleshing it out and getting it all together. And it was actually ready for release before Avoidant was even ready. It was just sitting there unreleased. Yeah. And this album just happened to have a good spot for that to fit in as the final song. And we decided to put it as a, you want this? Buy the fucking album kind of song.
It's a good enough reason. I mean, they just got to click that QR code up on the right-hand part of the screen. It's going to take them to where they need to go. Vinyl and CD, correct, gentlemen? That is what's available, and only a very limited run, meaning that you want it, you better get it, right? Like we're talking 20 copies or something of that nature.
Yep. Vinyl and CD, 20 copies of each are all that's being made. So if you want it, buy it, because when it's gone, it's gone.
All right.
That's pretty straightforward.
Unless there's a huge demand.
Okay. Okay. Let's put it this way. If in the comments to I don't know, this video, if there's 100 comments, 50 comments that are like, we want this fucking album, release it again, you assholes, then maybe.
Yeah.
No promises.
And in those exact words too, you assholes has to
you assholes
capitalize.
Yeah. Capital exclamation mark or 2. Either
tag
is
them.
Tag
them also.
Yeah. Tag
your
us.
Story.
Yep.
Bookmark it.
Bookmark. All those things. You guys clearly do social media better than we ever do.
Hashtag you assholes.
Hashtag you assholes. Yeah. I will go with that. Whatever. And if there's big demand, hey, fuck it. I'll talk to the manufacturer and we'll see.
All right, so we can make that happen. I don't know if Mel knows this yet, and our live audience wouldn't know this. And hey, if you're watching on replay, you might not either. But tonight, before the end of the show, we're actually going to have a live playthrough of the song Avoidant that the guys are going to have. That's why they got the gear there ready to go. We did a practice run of it. We know it's working, so that's a plus. It's going to be really, really good. It's going to be fun. So make sure you're staying tuned because that's going to come up later in the show. And if you're watching live here, you can get in on the idea of some giveaways. Now, you have to be commenting in the chat live. You have to be going and following YouTube channel for Chainfire. It is available there. Go over there, go subscribe to them, come back here, leave us a comment, and you can be entered to win, or what we're doing, a spin wheel or something. Brad, was the idea?
Sure.
Something. Okay. But here's the deal. If nobody comments in the live stream, which is fine, y'all are shy, I get it. Sometimes it happens. Then we'll do it for the comment section on the after thing. We'll give it maybe a week or two afterwards. If people comment, they're subscribed, we can confirm it. Then we can do the giveaways that way.
But what can we win, Rob?
What can we win? Well, you know what? I'm going to give you the big screen again so you can show them what they can win, Brad.
Oh, okay. You can win. Everybody who wins gets a copy of our original album. CD only.
Ooh.
Look at that. These were also limited, and I have the only ones left. Cool.
I think I've got 2 copies.
You could win a Chainfire t-shirt.
Ooh, that's an OG one too.
This is an OG women's
That's
t-shirt.
a nice T-shirt.
But maybe Mel wants one of these t-shirts.
She sure does.
Yeah.
Packages in the mail.
Well, we'll talk about that after.
Oh, Ed subscribed. Ed wants the free
you,
stuff.
Ed.
Ed
wants some free stuff. Fuck yeah. Thank you, Ed. You could win a OG Chainfire other t-shirt.
Oh.
Or you could win, and by limited copy, I mean incredibly limited, as in these aren't being made anymore. This is a brand new Chainfire zip-up hoodie that has Chainfire on one sleeve and the essentially tagline for this album on the other sleeve, which is, well, Rob, you're wearing it on your shirt, which is Face Your Truth.
Right there. The Face Your Truth shirt.
Yeah. So limited. That's what you get, is shit that's not ever being made again.
I love how there's actually 3 SAS guys here on this stream right now, and we are still referring to it as a hoodie. That is a plus. And for anybody outside of Canada that doesn't know, Saskatchewan
it's
people
love. It's a bunny hug. It's not a bunny hug. It's a zip-up hoodie.
No,
it's a zip-up hoodie. Okay, if it doesn't have a zipper and it's just a pocket, different. Zip-up hoodie. Okay,
the bunny hug thing doesn't fly with me.
That's all right. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Saskatchewan people, and they're weird names.
And then if you're really lucky and I'm feeling nice when I'm packaging shit up, I will throw in some custom Chainfire guitar picks.
Oh,
because, and I dropped another one.
As long as he doesn't lose them beforehand.
I have a bucket of them, so that's not likely. And if you're really lucky, we even have a few Chainfire pins left.
Oh, wow.
And I might even throw 1 or 2 of those in. But like, if you're lucky,
we like stuff.
Yeah.
We got stuff. We got stuff, a few things.
Good.
I mean, there's other merch that we have that well, we're not going to portray any of it today because it's in the other room and I'm not grabbing it. But this is shit you can win in a giveaway. And I shouldn't say shit. It's not shit. It's actually good quality stuff.
Things. Nice things.
These are things you can win. And yeah, that's what you'll win. If you subscribe, like, all that shit, leave a comment.
But what you can't win is a copy of Trauma Bonding, because you got to go and purchase your copy of Trauma Bonding by clicking the QR code up in the top right corner of the screen. Get your orders in today before they are no longer available, and we have to get hashtag you assholes trending.
Exactly.
I mean, I think it's a worthy goal to get that trending. I don't know.
It sounds like fun now. Like, we have to get it going just for the sake of getting it going. Nothing to do with the conversation.
Hell yeah.
Today. No context behind it. Just hashtag you assholes.
No context.
Just for our amusement.
Yeah. So see how far this goes.
I'm behind this.
So talking about the latter part of the album, because we've kind of talked about that first act going into it.
Yeah.
This is when, like, again, you would send these songs back and forth, and like, I dig your guys' music, obviously. I love every second of it. But I remember Ed's on board here. I got to throw it up there. Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. All right.
But I remember you sending me first Light the Blinds, and me playing that back and just being like, fuck, this is a face belter all of a sudden. Like, we have gone from like creative and heavy and kind of like that style that I was expecting to just dropping some stuff that's absolute dynamite heavy in this album. And it goes to a very dark place by the time it hits Light the Blinds and say Collapse as well too, which, thank you guys. I was fortunate enough to be get featured on the gang vocals for those tracks, and as well, or not on Light the Blinds, but sorry, for Collapse as well as Face Your Truth that we'll talk about in a little bit. But tell me a little bit more about that idea of getting to that heavy place or going that extra mile to go and write something a little bit darker, a little bit heavier than, you know, some of the previous tracks.
Well, heavier is better, right?
More fun to play.
More fun to
True.
play. There we go. More fun to play. Like Light Up Lines, like it's a song that we reworked, that we had written back in obviously 08.
2008.
Yep. Thanks. Thanks, Richard. I love you. You're amazing.
Was influenced by listening to 6 Feet Under or something like that.
Yeah, probably. But either way, essentially in the trauma bonding arc, if you want to call it that, it was at the point where it was like, okay, I want to turn this to internal and talk about the internal struggle of what happens when you finally start to reflect on whatever bullshit or trauma you've got going on and actually start to do that deep inner work. And it goes very dark, because that's what that work does to a person, is it leads you to a very dark place that is very uncomfortable and not fun, but is required and necessary to come out of it better, really. Like there really isn't a better way to put that. And it's fun to play. So now that song also, Light That Blinds, was really interesting. The vocals was interesting because I didn't know what the fuck to do for vocals. All right. It was like, what should I do for this? I wrote the lyrics and I'm like, how the fuck do I sing that? I couldn't think of a way to like actually put it together. I think I tried for like 3 weeks straight to try to get something. Now, for everybody's context, this album, like when we set out and said, okay, we have 6 to 8 weeks. Write, record, make a music video, edit, master, mix, all of that shit, and have it ready and to the distributor for release a week in advance.
Yeah.
So we gave ourselves a very finite amount of time. So when I spend 3 weeks fucking around on vocals, it's a bad time.
And you sent me the file when I was doing yard work, and then I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. I don't know.
Yeah, because the vocals in that, like, you've heard it, Rob. You heard the vocals, and you probably were like, what the fuck? Because I did stuff vocally that I've never done before.
Yeah.
In that song. And I turned it totally different. And I don't even know what my inspiration was for that. I don't know what I was listening to at the time. I don't remember. But clearly I was in a pretty good place for writing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seemed like you're always challenging yourself to do something a little bit different each time, and you saw that with Collapse as well too. And then interestingly enough with Face Your Truth, which I think is probably the one track on this album that it's kind of hard to put it into a specific box or a genre because there's so much going on. And I know, I want to give you a floor to talk about this one a little bit more, about also what it means to your kids as well too, Brad, because they guest appeared on the vocals here. So I kind of want to hear a little bit more about the story with Face Your Truth.
Collapse came first, and Collapse, like after Light That Blinds was Collapse, and Collapse was really about, it's essentially the rock bottom moment that anybody going through a trauma bond, anybody trying to heal their attachment patterns in general, has to hit in order to go somewhere. Now, lots of people hit that moment and never recover, and they just loop back around and stay within their trauma. They stay within their patterns. They stay within that bond. You have to hit it and choose to progress out of it, which is what Face Your Truth is. So if Collapse is your rock bottom, which it is, then Face Your Truth is owning up to it and being like, I'm going to take full accountability for my toxic fucking bullshit, whatever it is, and I'm going to turn the page and be better and learn how to regulate my nervous system, learn how to tear down my internal walls, and learn how to be a better person overall. Now, with respect to, like, Face Your Truth, when you're listening to it, or if you listen to it, like, yeah, that song is super hard to like put into one box. I threw so much production shit at that, it's not even funny. When I, it really isn't. Like, that song sounds a little messy sometimes, but it's also pretty fucking cool.
Just the fit.
It,
Everything fits.
you know, it all fits.
Yeah.
Like, everything's in time. It's just really weird, and I like it. I really like it. Like,
Focus on one thing. It sounds like a different song.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of variety in it anyway. Let's talk about your kids appearing on that song though, Brad, and
Yeah,
what that
so
meant
my-
to you, and even what Face Your Truth has meant to your daughter in general. Like a lot of the stories you've told me about school
Yeah,
and
so
stuff like that.
like, this is just it. Like, I don't know. I have kids. I'm a single father, and I have kids. They're amazing kids. Both my son and daughter have been, you know, essentially victims of bullying and whatnot at school, as a lot of kids are. It's just a thing. And if you have kids, you'll know that kids are fucking assholes, really. And they can be beyond mean. And sometimes like having an outlet for that is like 100% necessary. And so being able to include my kids in the music and giving them an outlet to speak about their own things and be like, I want to, you know, do some screaming or some yelling or talk about this, or be like, I'm given a voice, that they really liked and they really appreciated. So to me, it meant a lot. To them, I hope it meant a lot. Maybe it didn't. They'll look back in 20, 30 years and maybe like, fuck, that was cool. Or they won't. Whatever. I think they will.
Oh,
But,
either way, cool,
like-
cool to you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and like my kids wear that face. They have the same shirt as you do, Rob, with
Yeah.
the Face Your Truth on it. My daughter is pretty much worn right through it. Like literally, like everything's faded on it. It's got holes in it now. She's worn that thing out because she wears it that much. She is super proud of it. Because she and I, you know, it's firm believers of, if you've got shit to deal with, fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
Don't bring it into other people's lives. They don't need your bullshit. Deal with your bullshit. And that's literally the message in Face Your Truth, is take accountability for yourself and be better. And it ends with a very positive note, because you're worth it.
Yeah, beautifully said. Very beautifully said. Now, coming out of that, the ending to the album, or at least the ending that people can hear so far before they go purchase their copy by clicking that QR code in the top screen. Let's talk about that, because something very different from you guys this time around, an instrumental piece in Echoes of the Broken there. Talk a little bit about that. I know this was another song that was kind of in the works for a long time. It kind of came together for this particular album as a bit of a closer.
I'm going to let Richard talk about that because he wrote most of it.
Beautiful.
I don't know, that song's been stuck in my head for the past, I don't know, 15 to 18 years, and really happy that it's finally released. And then I can usually listen to it on Spotify and then sort of making it up in my head.
Oh, turned out excellent. And then, of course, we're talking about like, so this one's the instrumental piece. It does lead into the finale, this additional song, Never and Always, that exists on the end of the album. Brad, I know I haven't had the chance to hear this all the way through, which, you know, I'm waiting until I get my copy, of course, because I will click that QR code. Talk a little bit about this, because you said that it almost, like, interestingly enough, adding that song at the end ties this whole thing together in a much better, stronger way.
When you okay. First off, if you want to do research into attachment theory and trauma bonding, fucking go hard. I've done it. It's not necessarily fun topics, but fucking go hard. Essentially, Echoes of the Broken becomes a reflection point. Okay? And that's where after you've taken accountability, you've faced your truth, you've faced your fears, your toxicity, whatever the fuck it is, you've faced it. You've come out as a better person. You have, the only thing left is to reflect on it. And that's what Echoes of the Broken is. And then the other thing that is often left, not always, but often left, is unfortunately regret. And that's what Never and Always is. It's a you will have to buy the album to listen to it to understand the full context. And this album is literally designed to be listened to from front to back, as a story. And yeah, Never and Always becomes that closing regret of, I wish I had been there, I wish I had done better, and I will do better in any future to come, kind of thing.
Oh, very great explanation of it. All right, we're going to do something interesting here, guys. I know I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but I want to know favorite track on the album from each of you.
Tough one. It's probably most fun to play.
Yeah, high five. Same Z's. Same
Nice.
Z's.
Nice. For me, it's definitely Face Your Truth. Being part of that one was a lot of fun, and even coming up with a video with, you know, the amount of work that I wanted to put into that one was a lot of fun as well too. Mel, I don't know how much of the album you've heard so far, but any favorites that stand out, or it's being part of the one song enough to?
I was gonna say, I think I've only heard my song,
All right.
so I'm gonna
Fair.
go with my song.
There we go. And Astrid did join us in the chat before. Hello, Astrid. Thank you for being here tonight with us as well too.
Oh,
Yeah. So Mel, here's your opportunity. You don't know the guys too well, but if there's any question that you could ask on the spot here to these two gentlemen, what would it be?
Is the next album going to take this long to come out?
Oh,
we were
I love it.
talking about that before. Do you realize that next year is the 20th anniversary of our original album Details?
Oh,
Whoa.
20 years ago, that one came out. Yeah. We were discussing this earlier and said, well, we have like a 20-year turnaround of albums. So
The other one won't take that long.
yeah, hopefully the next one doesn't take that long.
Yeah, that's a bit long. It's a bit long.
We already have some new ideas of how that we've already been working on some. A few different tracks that we're in the writing stages of. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna give any definitive timelines or anything like that. That seems a little crazy. This album, putting this all together and doing this in this kind of time frame, like, I don't know how many people understand how long it takes to mix things, master things, edit everything, record everything, write it. It takes a lot. Like, okay, for context, I think Face Your Truth had the quickest turnaround, because essentially when we started out, I arbitrarily picked release dates for everything and was like, this day, because I wanted to be an asshole and make things incredibly like excruciating. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that it, like, if I don't have a deadline, I'm going to take fucking forever to do something. Yeah, I love it, Ed. That's amazing. Like, if I don't have a deadline, I will take 20 years to, make an album. So I said, no, I got to give myself deadlines, and I have to progressively make them tighter and tighter and tighter so that I will do the fucking work, which is what I did. It was horrible. But like, Face Your Truth, literally, that song, I was doing the vocals to it, struggling to do the vocals to it. I was doing them on the day it had to be sent to the distributor. The day. That morning, I was cutting the vocals, trying to get them right, trying to mix them in. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, this is a nightmare. It literally was down to the fucking wire with that one. I was like, I might have to be delayed. And I said, no, I'm not going to fucking delay it. I'm going to actually do this shit. And I did. And I think it came out all right.
I listen to it regularly.
I listen to it regularly too.
It's in rotation.
It's in rotation. I mean, talking about favorite songs, like if you look, I mean, apparently Avoidant is a pretty big song on Spotify.
Yeah.
Who knew? Cool. Thanks to anybody that checked it out there. I'll take that.
Go for it.
if you look at the YouTube stats, Collapse is the best video. So
Yeah.
there's that, which is cool.
Now, hopefully, after this stream, we'll get more people floating in, and then all the other ones will play catch up, and we'll do good.
Well,
from
there you go. There you go. Exactly.
And honestly, like you're talking about Facing the Wire with Face Your Truth, like the recording of it reminds me of the actual video for Echoes of the Broken, because I remember messaging you that day that I was like starting to play around with a couple of ideas. I'm like, when is this due? And you're like, it comes out Friday. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, better get to work.
It was like fucking it was like Tuesday when you messaged me, and I was like, Friday? You're like, oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Got it in though.
Yeah.
Got it in.
Well, because I also was, again, #asshole or whatever, right? Because I progressively got less and less involved in the music videos and made Rob do them.
It was fun though. I had fun with
that's
it.
what I did. Like, okay, let's talk about it for a minute. Avoidant,
Okay.
I made 99% of those clips.
Yeah.
To put together for it. I edited a bunch of shit in Photoshop, all of that shit, sent it to you. You put it together. Here's a Passion, much the same.
Yeah.
Light That Blinds, you started to get involved a little bit, I think.
I think
Was it
not
Light That Blinds or Collapse?
so much on low. It was Collapse because I needed to fill some spots. You had done most of the ones for Collapse, but there was still some spots where I was like, I think I need to test and see if there's some things I can add because it isn't fleshed out enough. Okay. And that's when I got more on
That's when you got more and more involved. And then you did. I was like, well, you did a good job on Collapse, so why don't you just fucking do this on your own then? And
Face Your Truth is honestly my favorite one in terms
of Face Your Truth, like I did some clips for it, and I gave you ideas for it, but most of it was done by you.
Yeah.
And
then, I took the reins a little more on that, and then same with Echoes.
And then Echoes of the Broken, I didn't do fucking anything. I told you what I kind of wanted.
Yeah. Well, because we kind of sat at like the Tim Hortons how many times having coffee and just fleshing this out for hours at a time kind of thing. It's like, well, what if we tried this? And what if we tested this and played around with this kind of thing? So it became those collaborative meetings. Like regardless, there was involvement from both of us across all of those.
Oh yeah.
And then the final say would always be Brad and I would like it. And then he would say, I got to send it to Richard. And then he'd come back. He goes, Richard approves. And I'd be like, well, if Richard approves, we're good to go. That's all that matters.
He's a tough cookie to crack, this guy. Like he's getting his approval on stuff is difficult.
Yeah. Well, we got it, and we got him across the line, which is what matters most.
Yeah.
We are running into 42 minutes here, guys, and I know that we want to do the live playthrough of Avoidant, so I think maybe no time like the present. Let's give the people a live performance here of this song Avoidant. So
you want to hear this? Well,
we want to hear it.
We'll do a live. We'll do a live instrumental of this song because we can. We have the technology, so that's what we're going to do.
All right.
We're only going to fuck it up a lot, though. Okay?
That's fine. It's cool.
Like, we haven't played this. I think we ran through it like 2 or 3 times yesterday and like once real quick today. And other than that, we haven't touched it since it was recorded in June. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well done. Thank you for sharing
Thank
that.
you.
That was great. And
only
awesome to
fucked up a
have
bit.
the video changing on screen along with the tabs. You're talking, Brad, that's kind of a bit of the writing process there for you guys too, is sharing those MIDI
Yeah.
files as well as the tablatures back and forth to come up
Yeah,
with
we
the
can talk
songs
about
for
that for a
this
second.
album.
So, there you go. These are actually the tabs for Avoidant right here on screen. Like essentially when it comes down to writing songs, we don't I don't live in the city. Richard lives in the city. Getting together is kind of a pain in the ass. So I write shit in Guitar Pro, I send it to him. He writes other shit in it and sends it back. And we go back and forth. And likewise, he writes shit in it, sends it to me. I write other shit in it, and we send it back and forth. And we do likewise with the bass and with the drums, and we come up with all of the stuff that we're going to use. The tabs for Avoidant are very simple. The tabs for Face Your Truth is like 8 different layers because it's got a lot of shit in it. That's what happens. So, and gradually, as you would have known, Rob, as you've heard everything on this album,
Yep.
the songs progressively got more and more and more layered throughout.
Yep, they did. I remember sending you a song. I remember sending you a song like Kim Dracula at one point, and I'm like,
And you're like,
think
"Try to
like
do
this. Yeah.
And
Like-
then I came back with Face Your Truth.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like, what the fuck is this?
He listened. He listened. Ed saying that was a banger, and he also mentioned
you.
that it's been too long since I played music because I used to be able to read it, and that looks insane, as he says. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing that with us, guys. It's awesome to hear that in a live capacity.
We have the tabs for all of the songs. If people are really like super duper interested, maybe I'll put together a tab book.
Okay.
Maybe. Because I could always do that. That seems like a good fun time.
Does seem like
But
a fun
again,
time.
it's work. It's work for me. So if I'm not going to do it unless like a lot of people want it. Because that seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ed.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep using it over and over and going back to that comment.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we before we wrap up, we do have. I told Rob, or I told you, Rob, that I got one thing I got Richard to do.
Yep.
He hasn't seen, like we have the little tiny version of the album. Right. If you want to show the graphics up on screen there, Rob, there's the front cover, the back cover, the centerfold. But I'm gonna give Richard. There's the QR code to buy it. There's that right there is the vinyl. And just pull the tab, man.
Debut.
Debut of
Yep.
it. He gets to open it. It literally showed up in the mail today.
Oh,
So let's see how bad our postal system wrecked this shit.
hey. It's in one
So
piece.
far, look at
One
looks
piece, all
looks good.
wrapped.
Back end, perfect.
Fancy.
beautiful.
This is proof that the distributor does ship their stuff out when you purchase it.
And where do you purchase it? Right here, this
Right
QR
there.
code.
Right there.
And if you didn't catch that one, top right corner of the screen right there will get you there as well.
Right there, you assholes.
yeah, there you go. All right. One last thing I'm going to ask, I think, before we start wrapping things up. Gentlemen, if the stars were to align, is there any sort of plan to put Trauma Bonding on a live stage?
We are in talks to try to make that happen.
Okay.
I will not guarantee it happening anytime soon, but we are in talks to make that happen.
All right. Seems fair.
Yay.
Seems fair. All right. Well, I think that's everything that I think we can do. Again, anybody who's watching on replay, if you want an opportunity to get some free merch, make sure that you're subscribed to Chainfire over on YouTube and leave a comment in the comment section. We can do some draws there and get back to people if they have been selected as winners, and everybody who joined us live, thank you as well too. In the meantime, though, I've had that ticker going on the screen with all of Chainfire's information, but I'm going to get the guys to tell us where they can find Chainfire or themselves individually. What's next for you guys?
Well, you can keep track of all of our ins and outs and doings on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Blue Sky. What else? YouTube? Threads? Fuck, we're on Threads? Who uses that?
I don't
Pick one.
Well,
We're on all the socials. Just search for Chainfire or Chainfire Music. You'll find us. If you have questions, like, we're around. Hit us up with a DM. It's not the end of the world. We'll answer them. If you're looking for some Chainfire merch, like we showed off a little bit today, hit us up. We can always hook you up with some. It's not really a big deal. Likewise, our original albums, we have some of them left. If you want to buy one, hit me up. We'll make it happen. And then, yeah, obviously, if you want to support the band, best thing you can do is buy the album. Go to hit that QR code up, buy Trauma Bonding, and help support us. That'd be great.
There you go, right up in that top corner. From there, I'm going to go over to our guest host of the night, Melball, and she's going to let us know what she's got going on and where you can reach her.
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can catch me on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can catch me on everything else, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can catch me on OLE later this week. I'm going to be releasing an episode after the 24th episode of Noah Unleashed, and I should have an episode of Strong Style Fashion coming out very soon as I can get around to finishing editing it.
Things take time. That's what it comes down to. Things take time. As for myself, I guess I don't want the big screen. Screw it.
Yes,
for myself, you could catch me across a bunch of these things. Thursday nights with Papa Smokes, I do Ring Respect Radio, where we're either talking about independent wrestling or we're talking about the history of pro wrestling. This week, it's back to the independents. We're going over to Moncton, New Brunswick, talking about North Pro Wrestling this week here on the channel. You can also catch myself and Papa Smokes if you like us there. How about checking us out as the commentary team for Prairie Pro Wrestling every Saturday on YouTube as well too. You can also catch me here Sundays talking about the week in sports with Andre on Point of View, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And where that is over at OLE Podcasts. Check us out on all social media, as well as YouTube and Twitch, where we are a Twitch partner and a YouTube partner. So yes, all you people can get in there. They can give us super chats and super stickers and all these wonderful things to help to keep the lights on. There's another cool thing you can do if you're watching on mobile for our channel. You're doing this like right now. Go check it out again in about 24 hours when this video is processed, or maybe you're checking it out at 24 hours or later after this has been processed. Great, because you can give hype points. You get up to 3 hype points that you can give away per week to your favorite creators, and we want that hype. We want this show on that hype. We want to break the hype charts in Canada so everybody knows about Chainfire and goes and buys a copy of Trauma Bonding and could go ahead and use the hashtag you assholes to get more of those things.
You assholes.
Yeah. But it's been great co-streaming with the band over on their channel as well too. So go check them out over on YouTube. Guys, thank you very much for being in the studio with us here today. This has been a great experience. And go buy Trauma Bonding now by clicking that QR code. I don't have to keep telling you. If you haven't done it already, do so right now. Get your copy today, or when it arrives anyway. But thank you, gentlemen. Have a great evening, everybody. And thank you very much. Take care. We'll see you soon.
having us.
Thanks.